From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, October the 10th, 2025. The ceasefire hostage release agreement went into effect at 12 noon today, local time in Israel, 5 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. When the IDF said troops began positioning themselves along the updated deployment lines in preparation for the agreement and the return of hostages. IDF spokesperson Brigadier General Effi saying this is an emotional moment for the people of Israel and for the troops of the IDF who fought and acted over the past 2 years with courage, bravery, and dedication. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff noted CENTCOM, U.S. Central Command, confirmed that the IDF completed the first phase withdrawal to the Yellow Line at 12 p.m. local time. The 72-hour period for Hamas to release the hostages, Witkoff wrote, has begun. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the public on the historic moment, saying 2 years ago, the holiday of Simchat Torah turned into a day of national grief. This holiday of Simchat Torah will turn, God willing, into a day of national joy with the return of all our brothers and sisters taken hostage. The living hostages will reportedly be released on Sunday or Monday. The remains of the deceased reportedly on Monday, while it is also believed that some remains have not been found as of this point. The agreement, which includes Israel releasing some 250 Palestinian security prisoners after the hostages are freed, was approved by the full Israeli cabinet early this morning. The deal also states that another 1,700 Gazan detainees arrested after but not involved in the Hamas-led October 7th massacre will be released as well. Israel's President Isaac Herzog visited Mount Herzl and the graves, he wrote, of those who fell in the heavy war, who paid the heaviest price of all, so as to appreciate and salute Israel's heroes ahead of the return of the hostages for whose sake they fought. Herzog noted yesterday, I do not take lightly the costs of this agreement or the complex effort to bring everyone back. It will bring with it difficult and painful moments that are a necessity in the reality we live in. The president paying tribute to all who paid, he wrote, indescribably painful prices for this historic and important moment, saying, and they shall return from the land of the enemy, and the children shall return to their borders. With God's help, the people of Israel live. And sadly, an IDF reservist was killed by Hamas sniper fire just hours before the agreement took effect. He is 26-year-old Sergeant First Class in Reserve Michael Mordechai Nachmani. Special Envoy Witkoff, together with Jared and Ivanka Kushner, who arrived in Israel yesterday, visited the Kotel, the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City today to offer prayers, where the special envoy was cited as saying, may this new chapter bring peace. And U.S. President Donald Trump was invited by Prime Minister Netanyahu to speak at the Knesset on Monday, as we reported to you. And according to Hebrew media, that will happen with the president expected to make a brief half-day visit to Jerusalem on Monday, but this has not been confirmed by the president or by the White House as of this time. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, October the 10th, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Shabbat services from the Hampton Synagogue. At 8:30, Justin Pine speaks with Rabbi Dr. Shmuly Yanklowitz about the lessons of Sukkot, the call to justice and the future of Jewish life. At 9:30, Jonah Platt sits with Israeli artist and advocate Tomer Peretz to talk about the 8 Project, an initiative he launched in the aftermath of the October 7th massacre. At 10:30, a replay from the Hampton Synagogue, followed by a replay from Central, and coming up next, a look at this week's Torah Portion. And just a note for next week, with the conclusion of Sukkot and beginning of Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah, we will be broadcasting services here on JBS Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from Central Synagogue and the Hampton Synagogue. As always, more details can be found on our website, jbstv.org. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the news after the holidays on Thursday, wishing you a Chag Sameach. And in the coming days, may we see the day we have hoped and prayed for 2 years. May we see the hostages who have now been held for 735 days finally come home. We leave you with this clip from Hostages Square today in Tel Aviv, where the Lu Yehi Orchestra performed Shalom Aleichem to welcome in a Shabbat of peace. Those gathered in the square singing, "May your coming be in peace, angels of peace, messengers of the Most High." Shabbat Shalom. Am Yisrael Chai.